iron in the soul. What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother, King Jabez, back to say another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at The King Jabez, as well as my website, theironofsoul.com. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Today's video is entitled, They're Playing Crazy. Make them pay you. Today's video is based on a real life example from a friend of mine, a woman friend, and the experience she had at the beauty shop getting her hair done. And I share this because it's a real life example, but it teaches a very deep principle. There are times in life when people play crazy and they don't want to give you what you're worth. And just as this woman in this case demanded her money back, you have to sometimes demand your pay. You have to demand and know your worth. And we're going to talk about that in today's video. In fact, to talk about myself for a brief second, the reason I left a job of 8 years, 4 years ago, is because I know my worth. And I refuse to be devalued. So somebody put in the comment section, I refuse to be devalued. You must know your worth. So sometimes this may involve leaving a job or organization or even a relationship. That's just my 2 cents before I get into today's story. That's just to get your attention and set the tone for this video. So now that all that's been said, let's get to work. Female friend of mine, she went to get her hair done. And she paid her deposit. I think the deposit was like 60 or 80 bucks, something like that. And the woman canceled the appointment. And so, okay, we rescheduled. And she rescheduled it, and she didn't show up for this appointment. So, okay, she called, texted, anything can happen. You can have a car problem, you get sick, things happen. We understand that, right? So she calls several times. She doesn't respond. So finally, 12 hours later, she decides, let me go over to Booksy and leave a review. Let me put this 1-star review on here. And this woman did not return my deposit money. So, of course, all of a sudden now she knows where her phone's at. So she responds within 5 minutes, okay, my mother's in the hospital. So now you're relying on mama. So now mama's sick. So now mama in the hospital, and now all of a sudden now you can remember how to return deposit money. So she returned the deposit money and contacted her right away, all because she did not want that 1-star review on her page, because when people saw that would mess the money up. And it's so sad that people can't just be righteous. By the way, ladies who do hair, this is nothing against you. So I know a lot of ladies who follow me who do hair. This has nothing to do with you. This is just an analogy. you can breathe easy. For all my barbers, beauticians, and tattoo artists, people like that, be cool. This ain't about you. This is just an example, right? And so here is an example of a lady playing crazy. You got that first call. You know I had an appointment today. You were just going to gain some of my money. You was going to take my $80, whatever it was. And so by leaving that review and making a statement publicly, that forced her to do the right thing. Now, this message, of course, is a lot deeper than 80 bucks, $60, $100. In fact, I saw a video yesterday on Twitter of a lady who was dragging a woman in the beauty supply over deposit money. I don't know what you ladies got going on with this deposit money in these shops, but anyway, the point being said, it's deeper than all of that. The principle here is this. Whoever you are, man or woman, when you are in business, you have to know and somehow demand your worth. We live in a world where people will take advantage of you. People will exploit you. They will try to get double work out of you for half the pay. So you have to use wisdom and courage in these last days. Stop letting people play crazy. Make them pay you what you're worth. So if you have skills, if you have talents, if you bring value to an organization, if you bring value to a company, if you bring value to a relationship, you deserve to be compensated for what you bring to the table. So that being said, stop letting people use you in 2024. Stop letting people exploit you in 2024. Learn to stand up for yourself in 2024. If you've already been doing that, continue to stand up for yourself. We are in the last days. We don't have any time to waste. And so we are in a place now where we have to position ourselves on God's divine chessboard as the people we're supposed to be. Stop letting people devalue you. Know your worth. And if you don't know that yet, go on a path of self-discovery and figure out what that is. Go deep. Go into meditation, journaling, reflection, fasting, prayer, study, learning new skills, getting a coach, getting a counselor, finding a personal trainer, doing whatever it takes to find the best version of yourself, both physically, spiritually, as well as your soul. So you have a spirit, soul, and body. My teaching, I believe in all three. I have a lot of you who follow me who are deep into the fitness world, and I respect that because I'm on a fitness journey. I respect that. That's a part of what it means to me to be a strong person, physically, as well as your spirit. That's where what I emphasize on my platform, Iron and Soul, as well as King Jabez. I emphasize the spiritual, right? Having your spirit strong, because I believe it starts there. If you get your spirit strong, it will come out in your physical body as well. And there's a deep connection between the physical and the spiritual, which is often why, from a biblical perspective, when something happened in the spirit realm, there was a natural reaction because there is a connection. So you got your spirit strong through prayer, meditation, fasting, understanding who you really are. And then your soul, referring to your mind, because everything isn't spiritual. Some things are just actual skills, learning psychology, learning business, learning what it means to be a personal trainer, to be a fitness expert, a person who may be into music or acting, an artist. Some things are in the soul, where you actually have to learn and to apply your heart into wisdom, right? What did Moses say? Teach us to number our days and to apply our hearts to wisdom. So today's message really is about applying your heart to wisdom. That's what we're talking about. When I say stop and let people play crazy, what it's saying is you are applying yourself, you are developing yourself both physically, spiritually, as well as in your soul, and you're not going to allow people to devalue you. What a shame it would be to be in a relationship for 10, 15 years when you never truly are valued. What a shame it would be to be at a job, an organization, a company, a church for 10, 15 years and they never really value you or see you for who you are. What a shame to waste the abilities and the time and talent and treasures that you have. We all only have so much time, talent, and treasures. Those three T's are very powerful. The time you have, the treasure you have, and your talents. And you cannot let anybody devalue that. So we can't talk about this without having a brief conversation about the principle of injustice. A lot of people struggle financially, not because they're lazy and not because they're incompetent, because there's a lot of evil and injustice, right? One of the things that the apostles, Jesus himself, John the Baptist, Elijah, the prophet, Moses, all of these men of God and women of God, such as Esther, they spoke truth to power. They didn't just sit back in their caves quietly. They addressed systems. They addressed people who were in authority. They addressed the kings and queens of this earth. So if we truly are the chosen, a part of being chosen isn't just sitting back and being comfortable. I know you don't like this part. A part of being chosen is sometimes having the courage to speak truth to power. That's what Dr. King did. Dr. King didn't just sit back in a church and preach sermons on Sundays. Dr. King, as a pastor, saw his, and this is for some of you pastors who shouldn't be in the pulpit. Dr. King saw what was happening in his community and says, I can't sit back in this church and preach on Sunday morning and look in this community in shambles. So he stepped outside of his church, got involved in the community, and began to speak truth to power. And that was something that garnished or earned the respect of people worldwide because he did that. So if we're going to get our worth, part of that's going to require us as the chosen, men and women, to have enough courage, and I know you don't like this part, to speak truth to power. Because the power is the one who got the money in the first place. and they're the ones who are playing crazy. And in closing, a part of making people pay you is telling people the truth. I like what Keith Lee is doing. Keith Lee, everybody knows him, seen him on TikTok, Instagram, who does the food reviews at various restaurants all across the country. He's went on a tour, I think, over the last 6 months to several of the major cities. I think Miami, he's been down to Atlanta, New York City, and several cities I can't think of right now at the moment, but he's been on a tour traveling, going to different restaurants, doing a lot of good things, helping a lot of people out. His name is like gold right now. He shows up, people are going to go to the restaurant now. So he's out here doing all this good. But while he's doing this good, he's also holding people accountable for their actions. So in his tour of different cities, he placed Atlanta in last place. Now, a lot of people did not like that. It got to the point where he was even receiving death threats and everything, which is crazy to me that it would go that far for telling the truth. So here's why I bring up Keith Lee and that whole situation, because I believe that story is letting the cat out the bag that needs to be put out there. Just because you're black and I'm black doesn't mean I'm going to cut you a pass for doing the wrong thing. Let's just go ahead and just clear it up right now. We got this thing that somehow if you're black, I can't say nothing to you. No. If I show up at your establishment and according to Keith Lee, you're kind of rude to my wife, you're kind of rude to my babies, and all of a sudden now when I show up, you know who I am because I'm clouded up. Now you want to get some sense. Oh, no, that's not how that works. How you treated my family, in my opinion, is showing me how you treat people who you think are not that important. And this type of differential treatment, I know some of y'all are really mad right now, you're really uncomfortable, is why some of your businesses won't take off because you refuse to be professional. It ain't about being black. It's about being professional. This is a business. If someone comes to your establishment, I know you're mad at me. I ain't scared of you. If someone comes to your establishment and spends hard-earned money, it's hard to make money out here. It's hard for me to make money. It's hard for you to make money. If somebody comes to your establishment and spends their hard-earned money that they got through blood, sweat, and tears, show some respect. Be kind. Okay, if you don't like that, this is what I would do. If I had a restaurant, if I had an establishment, people come to me spending money, I'm going to be kind. Man, how you doing today? Good to see you. It's called customer service. It's called being professional. This is how you run a business in America. This ain't about feelings. It's not about how you feel about anything. I ain't got to like you. You're in my business. You're giving me your money. I'm going to honor that and respect that and give you the customer service that you deserve as a person giving me money. So he spoke on all that. And rather than receive the critique and grow, they got violent. And this right here is why some of our businesses, establishments will never grow. It's because we can't get past personal feelings to do the right thing. So moving along, I'm going to leave that one go. Some of you receive that, some of you won't receive that. But it is what it is. That being said, in conclusion, stop letting people play crazy. Make people give you what you're worth. Whether that be money, whether that be respect, as I just mentioned in the last part, opportunity, having courage, speak truth to power, challenging people to do the right thing, leaving a job that's toxic. I'm giving you a lot of examples. There are so many ways you can take this message today. Leaving a toxic job, leaving a toxic relationship, standing up to people in power who are doing the wrong thing, speaking truth to power, whoever it may be. This is all what it means to me to demand your worth and to essentially make people, through your actions, do the right thing. That's all I have for you today. This is your big brother, King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.